Hello guys, today we're going over the weekly box office. Avengers Endgame had a 59.2% drop, but that is a big drop is in terms of the Avengers movies, one of the largest drops. But to be fair, Avengers Endgame did open with $350 million worldwide. And that's still a lot of money to be made in 1 week. So far, Avengers Endgame is not going to pass Star Wars: The Force Awakens. It's still ahead by 60 million, but considering how it was it was launched during the holiday, and more people go to movies during the holidays. Avengers Endgame has passed 2 billion at least, and that means the movie it's on its way to beat Avatar. That is more important than passing Force Awakens in the USA. Okay, that's global. Force Awakens did so well because it was released during the holidays and people were waiting for a new Star Wars movie. Like, Star Wars is more popular here than the rest of the world. That's why the Last Jedi did exactly the same here as it did the rest of the world. But let's go on to the weekend as the Infinity War. We can just keep on bragging and how well it did on our second weekend. But other movies came out. The Intruder. It's gonna make back its money. It is a thriller movie. It's gonna make back its money. It's a movie that was not going to do well because it's released right by Endgame. It's doing okay, which is good enough. Next is Wrong Shot. Wrong Shot, do not know if I'm gonna look up. It's another romance movie. It probably has a small budget. It will likely make back its money. It's a Lionsgate movie, and they make low quality movies that have small budgets and do well. I'm gonna see what budget it is. It actually has good reviews. Where I'm known. The budget. Long Shot's budget is 40 million. It's gonna have a total breaking even then. I looked up its budget. It's 40 million. It's gonna have a hard time if it doesn't have legs. So let's hope and pray that one has legs, because we don't need any more box office flops this year. Because you all know there's a movie that's already a flop. Ugly Dolls, a movie no one wants, and STX is banking on this. They are banking on this year. They are banking on this being this big, massive hit, and it's one of the lowest grossing movies ever currently. It's behind The Best of Enemies, which probably made back its budget, $10 million budget. It'll probably make back its money and other means, but Ugly Dolls is a flop. That's good because Ugly Dolls is an awful, awful, awful movie, and it's based off a toy brand no one cares about. And next we have Captain Marvel, who cares anymore. Captain Marvel is only backing off of Avengers Endgame. Breakthrough's doing well. It's grossed 41 million. It likely has broken even. It's a religious movie, so it's bringing in that demographic. Shazam. Yeah, Shazam is go break out around 360 million. And of course, Dumbo is dead. Nobody's watching it anymore. Dumbo is not gonna break even. As much as sometimes Disney movies are, well, it looks like they're not gonna do well, but they do. Widow broke even. Good for that movie. And Pet Sematary is dead already. And let's look at everybody's favorite movie, Hellboy. It's no longer on here anymore because no one wants to see it. Hellboy is dead. And that's basically it for movies. The box office update event. Now let's just go over Avengers Endgame. So Avengers Endgame is the fastest movie to 600 million. The Force Awakens did that exactly in the same amount of time for 500 million. Avengers Endgame is gonna gross $3 billion probably. And of course, we can't wait for next weekend, because we all know what's coming out next weekend, which might make or break Avengers Endgame's overall domestic run, which is That's why I'm gonna say it's not gonna be The Force Awakens now. Is because Avengers Endgame is gonna has its first competition, which is Detective Pikachu, which a lot of people want to see. So it's gonna grab away audiences from the Avengers Endgame. It is a with Detective Pikachu, as you all know, I predicted it'll go to billions simply because of how well Pokemon does and how much people love Pokemon, how popular Pokemon is worldwide. And Detective Pikachu is a much shorter movie. It's a Pokemon movie, and people love Pokemon, and that's basically it. And that's the box office update for this week.